All right. We got Jason. Is Jason Trombley in here yet?
He is.
Can we get hair and makeup over here, please? Someone help. Jason Trombley from Preston'S Kia this time around on Aired Out. What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole
How the hell
lot.
are you, man?
Good. Been
Dude,
a long time.
It has been so long, and you've got you've got a 2-year-old running around now.
2-year-old, 7-year-old, 9-year-old.
Oh man, move real close to that mic so we can hear you better. Yeah, I think it was Lily is right in line with the same age 7-year-old.
Jackson, yep. My middle child.
Oh my God, dude, what are you doing? 3 kids?
Oh, I'm all done.
Are you done?
I'm all done, I think.
You don't think.
I'm tapped out. I think
you have to know.
we got a hobby now. So.
Oh God, I can't believe it, dude. You and I have done so many remote broadcasts back in radio days together.
So many, almost every weekend.
It literally, was for a long time. It was every single weekend.
And through the summer and into fall, I think it was every single weekend.
It was.
Every single Saturday was the staple.
Yes. And I remember you were just always moving around. I don't think I ever saw you really sitting down unless you were with someone buying a car. But other than that, you were moving constantly.
Yeah.
And what's the old family? We had Mike
Rossi.
Yeah.
Way back then, it was Mike Rossi. It was Mike Fitz.
Mike Fitz, my God.
Sean's still there.
Sean McCarthy.
Steve Reno, he's still there.
Wow.
A lot of the same crew's still there.
Yeah. You guys really have some brotherhood. It's like a family over there.
100%. And it's everybody that's been there has really kind of been there from the beginning of when.
Yeah.
When Brian came into the picture, even all the way through, it's really been that same crew. I think that's what makes us work together so well, is that it's like an extension of our family. You know, you go to work, but I mean, let's face it, a lot of people, they don't like going to work.
Yeah, but you guys, the thing is, you guys have fun in there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lily and I were just in there. I don't know, a month ago or two, when you had the arts and crafts table all set up, and you were asking the community to come in and make cards and Christmas ornaments. What was it?
We were bringing them up to the senior center.
Yeah, I think it was Nicole that set that up.
Nicole set it up. They were making ornaments and cards. Customers could bring them in, and then right before Christmas, we brought them all up to the senior center.
Wow.
In Berwyn there.
Yeah.
And gave them to all the...
It's wonderful, man. And I remember we walked in there, and my God, it's like a party. I mean, the music's going. We got people dancing. Some of your salespeople are dancing, which some of them, frankly, really should not be dancing.
No, they really shouldn't be.
But you guys have fun.
That's a big part of it. I mean, if you're going to work as much as we do in the business that we work with,
yes.
you have to be able to have fun while you're doing it. Otherwise, I mean, when you spend that much time with that group of people, you have to be able to have fun, or else you go crazy.
Well, I mean, on the side, I mean, you're crunching numbers, you're working deals and everything. There's a lot of side stuff going on. Wow, dude, how long you've been doing this for? You've been with Kia now for over 10 years.
Over 10 years, yeah. Started a little over 10 years ago, cleaning cars. Actually, did that for a year and a half, 2 years, and then sold cars for a little over 2 years, and kind of worked my way up through management.
And now you're the general sales manager?
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen?
I don't know.
What did they say?
I don't think they really had any other options. I think I was just kind of there, you know what I mean?
Was this Brian that said, "Hey, this is the deal"?
Yeah, actually Brian was the one who kind of he took me, kind of cliche to say, but he kind of took me under his wing when he got to the store, because it was about 7 years ago when he got to the store.
Yeah.
And kind of told him what I wanted to do. He's like, all right, well, let me help you get there. And it's really kind of advanced my career ever since he came to Vermont.
He's an interesting dude.
Very.
And that is like a gross understatement.
Yeah, it is.
But he's very entertaining.
Yes.
And he has a very active life. He has a lot of things going on.
Yes.
moving pieces to the puzzle for Brian Preston. But he embraces life.
Yes, he does. He likes to have fun. I mean, that's what we went back to. I mean, if you can't have fun when you're doing something, then why the hell are you even doing it? You know what I mean?
That's right.
I mean, and he's got himself to a place now where he's earned the right to be able to have fun.
What was it like for you, for Brian, for the rest of the team over there, when this COVID storm hit? Because I don't know if there's an industry in America that hasn't been affected directly or indirectly. And I think at first we didn't know what to do, but then we started hearing about, there's going to be a shortage in this and that and this and that, and some of it was legit, some of it wasn't. There's going to be a tire shortage and panic and everything. Yeah. What do you have a solid read on the automobile industry?
It's kind of changes almost. I wouldn't say daily, but pretty close to. It's like a weekly process. At the beginning of it, Kia essentially, we weren't really affected by, everyone came out with the chip shortage and not having cars. I mean, Kia did a pretty good job of being able to keep getting us inventory. But like anything else, I mean, it did catch up with us too. And now, I mean, everybody feels the effects. I mean, it's a totally different world in trying to buy a car now, or even selling a car, because, I mean, for a fact, you's going on a lot, and you'll be able to look at 50, 60 different cars, 8, 9 different colors,
right,
3, 4 different trim models, and kind of be able to hone in on exactly what you had, and it's not what it's like anymore. I mean, you go to lots, I mean, there's 1, 2, maybe of even one model. I mean, you kind of, this is what we have. I mean, it's weird because it's nothing that anybody's ever gone through before. Customers have always been able to pick exactly what they have.
The slate blue or whatever the hell. Yeah.
It's really, it has caught up with us. They haven't done a good job of trying to keep getting us cars, but I mean, it's like anything else. It's the inevitable.
Yeah. Where are they coming from? Are they coming into Boston? Are they coming into California?
So we have the port that comes in for our cars is the port is in Philadelphia. The boat comes in like in the Boston area, and they get trucked up there. But I ask the delivery drivers all the time when they show up to drop off 1 or 2 cars. How's the port look down there? Is there a lot of cars there? Just to try and gauge if we're going to be getting more soon. I've heard it over and over again.
Have you ever thought about
not much there?
Have you ever thought about holding the truck driver at gunpoint and saying, "Empty your full inventory right here"?
I mean, the thought has crossed my mind, but I mean, I kind of big picture.
Yeah,
wouldn't look good.
That's true.
Maybe I need to get them off dealership property before I throw out threats like that.
I've driven by Preston's Kia, and your inventory on your lot seems like it's really damn good.
Yeah, we
comparatively.
Yeah, we. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I was telling you before, there was a couple months ago. It was a Saturday. I walked outside and I looked at our lot, and between new and used, I had 4 cars on my lot. And you're just like, what? Wow. What is going on here? Like, literally look like we're going out of business. Yeah. But I mean, now we've gotten some new cars in. I got a couple more coming in. We've been able to buying cars off the street has really helped us. We're able to offer a customer a competitive price for their car as to where, if it's a local car, we know it.
Sure.
Maybe they've done their service work here, as opposed to like trying to go to an auction and paying more money and not knowing the vehicle's history at all. Sure. I mean, so it's kind of like a neighbors helping neighbors thing. If we can try and buy cars off the street. So.
Yeah, and in Raylene and I have had conversations about this. Just the pre-owned market. What is it like?
It is. It's unreal. I mean,
totally different than anything you ever would have imagined.
There's used cars with 20,000, 30,000 miles that have a retail value of more than a brand new car that's sitting on my lot with no miles on it. And it's,
Wow.
I don't see it changing anytime soonish.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go on for a little while.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You know, I hate to ask you this, but I mean, I have to, as the general sales manager. I mean, do you ever get asked, yes or no, is this a bad time to buy a car?
Oh, all the time. I get asked.
You do?
Yep. It's I mean, you got to be honest with people. I mean, it's all on how your situation is. For some people, it may be a bad time to buy a car.
Right.
For others, I mean,
Right.
it might not be, because depending on your situation has changed. You need a bigger car. You need a smaller car. You got a new job. You need better gas mileage.
Sure.
So it's a combination of a few different things. But the way car values are right now, yes, if you're trying to buy a used car, the prices are a lot higher. But if you're trading in something, your value is going to be that much higher than it should be at the
Right.
same time. So they kind of level themselves out almost.
Do you have a read on the percentage of how much higher the used market is right
I
now?
was looking at it probably about a month and a half ago, and used car values are up. I think it was 47% since this whole chip shortage started. And I look at book values almost daily to see if they change, and I'm always thinking, like, this can't keep going on like this. The bottom has to fall out of this sometime, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't. It just keeps going up.
And you
up
just
up.
said chip shortage?
Yep.
What is that?
So the chip is like, it's $1, but it holds up these cars, and it's held up some Kias, but almost every automaker, they just have cars sitting there. They're assembled, they're ready to go, but they're missing these chips. And there's no read on when you're going to get them, how you're going to get them.
You're kidding me.
No, I mean, you can go on the internet and you look up, and there's a video somewhere on the internet of a port factory that's got, I think it's like 25 acres of vehicles just lined up, all ready to go, but no chips, just sitting there, can't do anything with them.
These are the computer chips
Yep.
that go in
Yep.
and allow the car to,
Yeah, do its
Right.
thing. It's part of their computer system.
without it, no car.
Just a big pile of metal.
Unbelievable. Who the hell's making these chips? IBM?
Not sure. I think they do come from overseas. I think they are out of China.
Oh, my God.
It's
Wow, man. So they're just sitting there collecting dust.
Mm-hmm.
That's unbelievable.
okay. Those cars have to get somewhere sometime. I mean, when they do, that's when you'll see everything's gonna come
Wow.
crashing back down to reality.
Will that change the model? Like
Yeah, Raylene's asking if that's going to change the
models because
model.
as they get delayed, do you have models that are sitting there that are now going to be not living models?
Some of them. I mean, because they're not going to stop production on their next year model. So I mean, there'll be some tweaks and stuff, but you're going to see. I wouldn't be surprised if you're seeing cars that are a year old that get delivered to lots that are new. And a lot of it's I think it's more of like the high end, the trim levels, like your fully loaded cars with your sunroofs, your leathers, your stuff like that. I think that's where you see more of the chip shortage really impacting people with cars with all that technology. You know
See,
what I mean?
so we might have a whole ton of cars that are a couple of years old with 0 miles on them.
Yeah, that's when you'll start to see your book values come back down, and because
Wow.
that'll be your leveler, bringing the market back to where.
And we haven't seen that yet.
I
but
don't think
it's-
you will. I don't think you will this year. I don't think you will for the first half of next year. I think
Okay.
we're gonna be stuck in this for a little while.
Yeah, it's going to
The new normal, I guess.
Yeah,
you could say
right.
For right now.
but this will pan off at some point.
At some point, I mean,
My goodness.
it has to. I mean, there's people like they come in and they sell us their car, and I'm writing them a check for their car, and they've had it for 3 years, and I'm buying it for $1,000, $2,000, $2,500 less than what they bought it for 3 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, or people that come in with leases and they're all done with their lease, and I'll buy it, and then I write them a check for equity on top of it. I mean, it's...
What is Brian Preston saying about all this? How does he feel about all this?
He's I mean, he's been in the auto industry for probably as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
If not longer.
Yeah.
And he's never ever seen anything like that. And for the longest time, we're like, no, it's a flash in the pan. This is gonna stop. It's gonna stop. Everything's gonna come back to normal. And
Sure.
it's been over a year of it being like this. So you kind of, it's nothing that anybody's ever seen before. So you kind of have to adapt and pivot and change your business model. And
of course, has he grayed up a little bit with the hair?
and more in the beard, I think.
Yeah. God, man.
I know I have. So
you were just. I wanted to talk about some of these amazing cars that you guys have. Kia and Hyundai, basically owned by the same.
Yep, sister companies.
Kind
of like a Chevy GM kind of.
Yeah, and they basically said, however long ago, we're going to do a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on our powertrains.
Yeah,
we're going to do that because nobody else is, and they're still doing that.
Yep, haven't changed it. A lot of other manufacturers have changed what they do with their powertrain warranties. They've brought it back to 60,000 miles or what have you.
Sure.
And it's not in Kia's business model. I mean, you have to, for them to put a 5-year, 60,000 mile comprehensive warranty. It's not bumper to bumper. Not allowed to say it, but
yeah, right.
Or a 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. A lot of people say, well, they haven't really learned about the manufacturer as a whole. Well, they're going to put that kind of warranty on their car because it breaks all the time. That's not the way it is at all, because if that was the case, then they would shorten their warranty. I mean, you have to really have faith in your product and stand behind it to put that kind of warranty on it. So,
Sure.
I mean, they stand behind their product, and they're always changing. They don't rest on their laurels. They're constantly updating their vehicles and trying to move into the future. And where they've come from where they were 15 years ago, I mean, it's
incredible.
I don't think you can find another manufacturer that's come as far as, say, I might be biased, but where Kia has in a short period of time.
You've been selling Kias for over 10 years. I mean, how could you possibly do that if you didn't believe in their product?
Yeah, I mean, they're, like I said, they're constantly updating. They just came out with a new model. They're really diving into the whole EV market. So,
yeah, the EV6.
Yes.
Talk to me.
So I actually just saw it for the first time. It was quick because I was off today, but I had to stop down and get JD some swag.
Yes, which I love, by the way. Thank you, brother.
It came in on the truck last night.
Come on.
So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous car. It's all-wheel. The one we have is an all-wheel drive. It's fully loaded. Has a 274-mile range on a full charge. It's unreal. And we're a certified EV dealer, so we can handle all your federal rebates that you get for purchasing an electric vehicle. We can handle all your state rebates that you get for purchasing a vehicle. I mean, really a one-stop shop for that. And you have to see this car. I mean, it's unlike anything you've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to come quick. I got a whole list of people that are waiting for the car.
So how many EV6s do you have in the lot?
I have one.
You have one?
Yep. Everybody, this car literally just came out. Brian was able to see it when he went to the convention in November of last year. And, I mean, he's like me. He's like you. I mean, we're just like, cars are supposed to have engines, you know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm having trouble conforming to this whole electric vehicle thing,
Sure.
but he was able to do a ride and drive in it, and he's like, I am all in on this electric vehicle market. He goes, this is just unreal.
Snap.
Oh,
There's some
it's
snap.
so much torque. There's a video online that you can look at where this EV6 is lined up next to a McLaren, a Lamborghini, all these high-end hypercars, and the only one to beat him was McLaren. It just has so much torque because it's not like a combustion engine where you have to wait for it to go.
Yeah.
You hit the gas, it's there.
Right there.
And you're gone.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
Can you put some rubber on the road?
I would like to say I'd be able to try, but I don't know if it's going to be there for me to look at
Brian
by the time
would
I
be
get back
pissed.
to work tomorrow.
Yeah. My God.
I do have another one coming in next week, between week 10 days. So if it doesn't get pushed back, it's just been an issue too, getting vehicles. So.
Wow. And this thing's all-wheel drive?
Yep. That comes as a rear-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive.
That's fascinating, man.
Yeah.
And silent.
Won't even know it's on.
It's just silent.
Mind-blowing.
Incredible. Tell me a little bit more about your team, your guys there that you work with. What's it like working with Sean McCarthy?
Sean.
Yeah.
Well, Sean and I have been friends all of our lives, even before
Yeah.
the car business. Our parents used to go to lunch together when they were pregnant with us way back in the day, so we've always been friends. So, I mean, to be able to work with someone that's your best friend, I mean, it's
Right.
something a lot of people dream about.
Right.
And it's a nightmare at the same time.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it is.
Everybody knows Sean. So
Everyone knows Sean, and if you don't know Sean, let me explain Sean to you right here, right now. This is. Push.
that's him in a nutshell.
He loves his bush beer.
He does.
I don't know what's, I mean, I put it on my driveway to kill the weeds,
He absolutely does.
but he for some reason likes to
He puts
consume
it in his guts. I mean,
don't
yeah.
know how.
Must keep him regular. I don't know. Either that or he just really has no regard for his body and hates it as a whole.
Exactly. But what a fun guy though
Yes.
to work with.
He can change the mood in any room as soon as he walks in.
He does. Has he come out with the Sean McCarthy hot dog cookbook?
Ooh. I think it's still in the beginning stages of publishing.
Okay.
Copyrights, trademarks. There's a lot of moving parts of that, and I think he had to get a new mullet because that's a big thing.
Yes.
With him.
And his publisher's got to be privy to everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So we all have nicknames over there, and
Yeah.
his just so happens to be Chubby Rambo.
Yep.
Tell me about the inception of this beautifully articulated nickname.
Oh, so that nickname came to be long before he was ever in the car business. I think it was one summer where he just refused to shave his beard, and he had almost a full-grown mullet.
Why did he refuse? What was he
looked
thinking?
like he got dragged through the mud, and he was just, woof.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Looked like he'd been out like camping off the grid for a couple of years.
Yeah, living in the bush. I mean,
Alaska.
he totally
Not good.
unearthed himself in this lifestyle. And ripped shirts. I mean,
It
he
didn't
was
work
just,
for him.
No. Thank God it didn't work for him.
Yeah, right. So you guys just took one look at him and said, "Chubby Rambo."
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Just looked at him and be like, you just look like
Like a chubby Rambo
version of Rambo. Who
did he take
came off
offense
a
to
bender
it?
and
Did he shed a tear? I know there's a sensitive side to
it
him.
was. I mean, I don't know if it was a tear or if it was mud, but it was something shed there that day. Kind of opened his eyes a lot.
He's such a nut. Does he bring in any maple syrup from McCarthy's?
All the time.
Does he?
So we do that, and what we like to try and do is a lot of it's trying to be involved with the community, going back to Preston'S. So we try to purchase bulk amounts of syrup, and we give them away to customers.
That's so awesome.
With every car sold and stuff like that. So it's
Nothing better.
no.
It's a win-win.
Yep.
Wow. He's just such. I just love the guy. I mean, everyone does. Mike Rossi. He used to, and he's no longer there.
No, Mike retired almost 2 years ago when we took over the store.
Hell of a guy.
Completely. Nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life.
You know, he used to have this like. What didn't he go? Woo!
Oh, the screaming and the singing and not knowing the words.
The singing.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mike, please don't
It was
stop.
deafening.
Stop singing.
It wasn't. It was just. It's like pouring It's like pouring gas on a fire.
I know, but he's just so infectious. I mean, he just loves life. The guy was always happy.
Exactly. Like I said,
What are you so happy about?
Exactly. Yeah, can you stop?
Stop.
You're making us all look bad. I remember one thing he's told me, and it always stuck with me. He goes, you know what, buddy? He goes, I've never woken up in a bad mood in my life.
I know that.
And I was like, whoa. Mike, I'm hard-pressed to wake up in a good mood most days.
Throw me a little bit of that. Is he still working out and lifting weights?
Yeah, I think he still does his boot camps.
Oh, my God.
Up at, I think it's now Green Mountain CrossFit, or it used to be the old First and Fitness.
Tougher than nails, that dude.
Oh, yeah. And his wife, Tracy, finally retired after 30-something years at Kinney Drugs.
Oh, my God.
They're living their best life as a retired couple. He touches base, he calls the store and regularly, see how we're all doing. So
I used to like to pick a little fight with him, back and forth. Why this and why that, and I'd push his limits. And
passionate man
wicked.
He was.
Get a little red in the face. He
would, yeah. You could tell too.
Mm-hmm. Steve Reno.
Down there.
The what now?
I want to know who he has in sales down there.
So on my sales floor right now, I got the infamous Sean Deals.
Yes.
Steve Reno's there. He's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Josh Bluen, who's out of Colchester, and Tim Rowan, who is he's been with us pretty much since the beginning. All great dudes.
And Nicole.
Nicole, she's still running my BDC, doing her things.
Is that the full team? Are we missing anyone here?
And we got Jordan.
We have
Brian's
Jordan.
son, who is my manager next to me.
Yeah. That's it, though. That's everybody.
Yep. Small team.
What's Steve Reno like?
Steve is.
What's it like working with him?
He's a great guy.
How many hundreds of years has he been there?
Oh God, he's been there almost. I mean, he's made his way through every department. So he just found his niche in sales. He's got to be close to 8 years, 7 years, 8 years.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, he started there after me.
Oh, you're the dinosaur there, young fella.
Yeah, Sean started shortly after me, years and years and years ago.
What's the hottest sell for Kia? What moves? If you could get a shipment of 50 of the same model and know that they would fly off the lot faster than any other model, what would it be?
I mean, obviously everybody's going to say the Telluride.
Nice rig.
Gorgeous car. Number one SUV, 3 years running.
Really? I see them everywhere.
You can't get your hands on them. They got trickled into the market, and they haven't mass produced them. So but that's a car that, I mean, we have 10, 15 people on a waiting list we don't know when we're gonna get our next allocation for them. But I think a more correct answer for us would be probably we're really good in the crossover market, the crossover SUV market. The Sportages sell really well for us.
Yeah.
Sorrentos.
Yeah.
Just had a body style change. Another amazing looking car. I think that crossover SUV market, everybody would love to have 50 Tellurides, but I mean, you almost kind of limit yourself to one set of customers because,
right.
I mean, let's face it, it's an expensive car. It's a very, very expensive car.
Which one?
The Telluride.
The Telluride.
Yeah.
What's expensive?
MSRP on one all dressed out, you're $53,000.
Wow.
For what you get, I mean, it's not expensive, but
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
Kia's done a really good job. But they're a consumer brand. I mean,
You all right?
they're like a blue collar. People work 8 to 5. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why some days you'll see us busy all throughout the day.
Yeah.
But normally, I mean, we get busy around that 3, 4, 5 o'clock mark.
Yeah.
Which my wife hates because I always get home late. I'm
course
supposed
she
to be
does.
home at 6. But
Of course she
it's
does.
a blue collar brand where people work every day.
Yeah.
They come in. It's a consumer car. They try to keep their prices in line. You don't see big price jumps from year to year on models. I mean, they kind of just they
Right.
stay. I mean, you'll have your little increases here and there, but it's nothing drastic to where it prices a consumer out of the market of said vehicle that they've had before.
Mine's in a fog on the Sorrento here, and maybe this is what I'm thinking of. But there was a Kia luxury car that you guys had that I can't remember what it was called.
Cadenza?
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Big SUV.
Yes.
Or no, big sedan.
Sedan.
Yeah,
4-door sedan.
Yep.
Luxury, like
It was.
damn.
Wasn't a hot seller for us, so.
It wasn't though.
Nope. That was one Kia tried, and they no longer produce that car.
Yeah, maybe Kia's in other markets where the climate's a little warmer. I don't know.
Yeah.
SUVs are
I'm
popular.
sure it sold good, like out west, down south. You know.
Exactly.
I mean,
What a
here,
rig, though.
Gorgeous car, rode fantastic. I mean, had all the technology that you could have at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I remember that car. I think we took it for a little.
I think we did. I think we took for a hot lap up Galveston Hill. Within speed limits, of course. I mean, because we don't ever go fast.
Never exceed the
Get
speed
there
limit.
quickly, but you don't exceed that speed limit.
Correct. Yes. What you guys do so much for the community. You could do such great things.
Yes.
And kudos to you and Brian and the team for having things like this trunk or treat
Yes.
during Halloween.
Or the Thanksgiving meal.
Or the Thanksgiving meals.
Yeah,
My God.
That was a big thing we did, yeah. That was one thing that Brian wanted to do when he took over. I mean, family-owned and operated is a huge staple to him, and being as involved in his community as he can, albeit giving back in any sort of way.
Right.
Just to know that, we're a car dealership. We want to sell cars, but at the
Of
end
course you do.
At the end of the day,
It's
we
not
don't
about
just
that.
want to sell
Yes.
cars to people. We want people to be able to be like, oh, yeah, build a relationship in our community,
That's right.
even beyond selling cars. So that's why, we gave away 100 Thanksgiving meals, complete meals.
Huge.
Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes. The whole 9 yards, right down to the rolls.
Yeah.
We did the trunk or treat. Like I said, we were talking about earlier, we did the ornaments. We're always trying to see
Toys for Tots.
Yep, Toys for Tots. We had a huge year with Toys for Tots. So trying to do whatever we can just to let our community know that, we're not going anywhere, and
Right.
you guys can count on
And
us,
you're
basically. You know what I mean?
ultra locally owned.
Yes. Yeah, Brian lives
Right there.
right there.
Literally.
Literally, he's 5 minutes. His house 5 minutes from the store.
And probably has a cot out back.
Yeah, he's.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No.
But the fact that you guys engage like this in the community, nothing against the older Kia dealer, but you guys are just you're smashing it.
Yeah, we've done.
Which is the way it should be.
Yeah, like I said, it's a culture, and being able to.
It is a culture.
Completely different, being a standalone dealer.
Yeah.
With only having one store, as opposed to being a part of a bigger group. And nothing against being a part of a bigger group, but you have that many employees, you have to run things a certain way. There
That's
can't
right.
be anything different. Everything has to be linear. And with us, we don't do a lot of the stuff. You see this, it's quarter zip I'm wearing. That's what I wear to work every day. We don't do shirts and ties. We don't do anything like that. We want the customer to be as comfortable as we are with them when they come in.
I think that's probably one of the biggest takeaways is with you guys is, when you think about the stereotypical car salesman with the plaid coat, the Harris tweed, whatever it may be, and they come out with
the three-piece suit, the fake
three-piece-
Rolex,
the tie, the fake Rolex, they come out.
the brute cologne that just
Brute.
reeks of used car salesman.
Yes, grease in the hair,
yeah.
slick back, shiny shoes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, watch out.
How you doing today?
Yeah.
You guys come out and if you're on a mission, if you're heading somewhere, you'll stop and give a wave.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys allow people a comfort level of take your damn time,
Right.
look around.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pressure here.
If there's something you want to look at, let us know. We'll open it up. You can.
Yeah, we'll come to you and say, how you doing? Do you have any questions? If you don't, you don't.
Right.
That's what I love about you guys.
Yeah. You know, another big thing we do is we do lifetime oil changes and state inspections for as long as you own the car. I mean, there's no cap to it. There's no caveat to it. I mean, if you drive 50,000 miles a year, you're going to get 50,000 miles worth of oil changes. State inspections, as long as you own the vehicles. I mean, in a world where inspection prices keep going up and up and up and up and up, I mean, they're all on us for as long as you own a vehicle. So,
well, oil changes too. My God,
yeah.
it doesn't matter either one.
It just goes back to, we don't want to just sell you one car. We want to be able to sell you all your cars and have you tell your friends how we treated you well. And word of mouth is the biggest advertiser. And if we can,
you bet,
if we can be involved in the community in any way, shape, or form, and let them know that we care about them just as much as they care about us, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. I forgot about lifetime oil changes and state inspection. That's big. What's the best time of year to buy a car?
Best time.
I mean, if you and I were sitting down right now having a cold bush beer together, and we were saying, dude, what's the best time of year to buy a car? December?
Yeah, it's like an old stereotype. People ask, well, the best time to buy a car is the end of the month. It's not necessarily true. Really, from what I can tell, I mean, car dealers have kind of moved away from focusing on one time for you to sell a car. They want it to be about a complete year and just having consistency throughout. I mean, I would say, if anything, I mean, spring, early summer. I mean, you come out of winter, you get that car's hit every snowbank and pothole and
struts
and
CV,
and salt and everything else.
Yeah,
and come out of it and start fresh into a new car. And you're kind of coming in. I mean, we get busier as February, March. That's where our year really starts to ramp up and take off.
Sure. I come into you. I sit down at Jason Trombley's desk. I walk in and I say to you, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I got a car out here. I don't know if I want to sell that, if I want to trade that in. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I want to trade it in. I don't know if I want to buy a used rig. I don't know if I want to buy a new car. The information that I get on my phone and on TV is just overwhelming, and COVID and holy crap, and I don't know what to do. And my wife she wants something new, but I'm a little skeptical. I'm confused. I'm a little nervous. Why Kia?
Kia. Well, first thing we're going to do, if you're confused like that, first thing we need to do is just slow down. What's important to you? What are you looking for in a car? What do you use your car for? Do you go on long trips, on vacation? What do you use your car for? Do you drive 50 miles to work every day? What's important to you? What's a must-have in your car? What is something, let me kind of...
Whether it be all-wheel drive, whatever.
Let me kind of guide you into what may be the best. I can give you different options.
Begin at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, and just start over and start fresh.
Okay. Then what?
So then I'm going to gather everything you need. I'm going to give you 3-4 different options. You know what? I'm not saying that we have to drive them all. If you want to, fine. I'll put a plate on anything. You can take it for a rip.
Sure.
Do whatever you want.
Sure.
Take it up on the highway. Make sure if that's something that's important to you, make sure it rides the way you want to. And really just take it slow. Use what you told me was important to you in a car to try and show you that's what this car has, that's what this one doesn't. This one might be missing a feature you needed, but this other car might have something that you might not know you needed, but you telling me what you do with it.
Right.
Kind of.
And whether you have 15 kids like Jason Trombley does.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. We actually just traded my wife's car in for a school bus. I mean, so.
Oh, my God. Yes. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it really depends. Do you have a dog?
Right.
Do you guys camp? Do you kayak? Are you throwing stuff on the roof?
Yeah, you can tow anything with your car. I mean,
right.
It's a lot of people think that you go into a dealership and it's like going to the dentist. It's nothing that anybody really wants to do, but it's something you have to do.
Yeah.
And if you can change that culture of what everybody has said car buying is for the last 30, 40 years.
Sure.
I mean, first thing you do is, first thing we always do is we try to make a friend first. I mean,
Right.
you're not, because then you know that we have your best interest in mind. I mean, like I said, always we want to sell a car, but we want you to know that we're looking out for what you said.
Sure.
What you said you needed.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple of things you didn't know you needed.
Yeah.
That you didn't even know about or know existed in some of the cars that you're looking at.
Sure. Sure.
So you start by making a friend, and you build trust. Everybody's going to come in and have a wall built up. I mean,
Of course.
you're going in to do something that
all
nobody really,
do.
like I said, nobody really wants to do.
Right.
So if you can break that wall down and just
This
know
notion that they're going to be pressured into buying
exactly,
a car.
yeah. Just break that wall down and start by making a friend, build some rapport with the consumer, and let them know, hey,
Right.
I'm here for you. I'm your first line of defense.
Right.
And I got to go find what works best for you.
And you can even deal with dumbasses like me who, I got this other car. I don't know if I should trade that in or if I should keep it or what I should do and how's this going to work out. And, and you might ask me, well, what's your budget? And,
Right.
and I may not have an answer.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of times you do have to do that. I mean, people have no idea what they need, but they know what their budget is.
Right.
And then you can kind of work
Which
it
is
back.
a good thing.
Yeah, you can kind of work it backwards and back into that person's budget and say, hey, this car might be slightly under your budget. This car will be right at your budget. And, if you can stretch a couple dollars, I mean, this one might be a little over your budget, but hey, we got options for you to look
Right.
at. I mean, don't think that we're just going to have you come in. We're going to show you one car, slam it down your throat, and it's just not what we do. We don't pressure
Exactly.
people into buying cars. I mean, if you want to go think about it overnight, go ahead.
Yeah.
Take the car with you. I mean, we do it all the time.
Isn't that amazing? And here are your options, and take your time thinking them out. I mean I think that's probably the number one thing that would bring somebody into Preston's Kia is just knowing that they're not going to be pressured in anything. Are we all right, Raylene?
We're good.
All right.
Do I look good?
Somebody wants to know, you look
Is this my good side?
fantastic.
Is this
You
my...
look fantastic.
Stop, you're lying to me.
Look at this guy.
We have a question that people want to know if you're hiring. Do you have
Yeah, are you hiring?
I mean, we're always taking applications. Absolutely. We're not going to tell anybody. No, if you want to come down filling out an application, I mean, depends on what kind of position you're looking for, what you're looking to do.
Sure.
Like I said, where I started in my career. I mean,
Yeah.
might start at the bottom, but I mean, there's always room for growth in our store. It's one of the best things about it. So,
Who is assigned to bringing in the coffee and the donuts on Saturday morning?
me, it's
Is that you?
disgusting.
So
they're
where are you hitting
so-
Duncan? What?
No. These guys are so high maintenance, it's unreal.
Oh, they're coffee
Only when I'm
snobs?
buying the coffee.
They're coffee snobs.
I'm down here, Espresso Bueno.
Oh.
Great coffee. Great coffee.
Well, of course
But
it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Can
Oh.
you grab those coffees? And yeah, no problem.
You're leaving with like $80 in coffee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm
Wow.
on a first name basis over there. They love me over there.
Is Chubby Rambo, is he still putting the donuts down?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, he's donuts, breakfast sandwiches. I mean,
Just being there and broadcasting live and radio, I know that you guys would always kind of trade up, you're having a great day, who's getting lunch?
Yep.
And we see people coming in with lunch,
Yeah.
and Brian often saying, "Hey, I got the bill.
Yeah.
You guys are all busting your ass. We've had a great day. Here's lunch."
yeah, do it all the time.
I love that about you
It's
guys.
just, it's the little stuff that knowing that you're appreciated is a big thing, and that's a huge thing that Brian does. He's constantly walking around to everybody, telling them, great job.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do to help you? What do you need from me?
What are the odds that we can get him in here?
Huh?
What are the odds?
I think you could.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Will you tell him?
Absolutely.
Tell him he needs to get in here.
Yeah.
And sit down with us. When are you guys open? And your Facebook page, of course, is a great resource, great place to go.
Yes. Great resource for us, and like anything else, everything's moving towards an internet shaped
Yeah, a lot of people are
buying
pre-shopping.
process. Yep. So, like I said, having to adapt and pivot to that is because a lot of people, especially with the pandemic and everything else, a lot of people don't a lot of people like to come out because
Right.
they weren't able to for so long, but some people still just want to stay home. I mean, we can do everything over the phone.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
My sales guys will go out and they'll send you videos, do virtual walkarounds on the car, show you everything that it's got and everything that you need. We'll even bring a car to you. I mean,
wow.
Have you test drive it and do the whole 9 yards. I mean,
my goodness.
A one-stop shop.
Saturdays?
Yeah, Saturdays we're open 8 to 5, Monday through Fridays 8 to 6. But when you work in a car dealership, there's really no closing. It's whenever the last customer leaves.
Yeah, right. Of course.
So,
if the lights are on,
yeah. Even if they get shut off and we see you pull in, we'll turn them back on.
You could even run in there and say, "Hey, I know you guys are trying to button up and leave for the day. Can you throw me 2 or 3 brochures so I can take them home?
100%.
Read them.
100%.
I'll come back next week."
Yep.
Yeah. Say hello to the team over there. And we got a Bush beer. It's open, but you can bring it to Sean McCarthy if you'd like.
Yeah, 100%.
Make sure he throws it a few bucks.
Nothing like a good lunch beer.
Brother, thank you for coming in.
No problem.
And,
thanks for having me.
On behalf of Raylene and Sherilyn and I and Devin, thank you so much for being a presenting sponsor and supporting our podcast here. We look forward to our relationship with you, and we'll be back.
Yeah, being able to grow this relationship is something that we want to be able to do, too. Being able, like I said, what you do for your community is second to none. So, I mean, us being able to sponsor this podcast it's just the beginning.
I think in the first podcast that...
It's the only podcast that we
The only podcast.
It's the only thing that we do with this.
Whew. Tell Brian not to be nervous. Got it. What's that? What did she say?
We're proud to do it.
Yeah, we are really proud.
Yeah.
Really proud to be teamed up with you. Thanks, dude.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in here, man. We've been looking forward to it. And please come in again.
Absolutely.
You tell Raylene,
Yeah.
the boss, when you want to come in next.
Yeah.
And if you guys, especially if you got some springtime stuff that you want to start hitting.
Absolutely.
Once
Next time, see if I can drag the boss in here with me.
Yeah, please come on in, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
And I know you'll stay in touch with us.
Absolutely. As always. Huh? Oh, she's the big boss. I'm talking about the boss at the boss, not the house boss, the work boss.
Work boss.
They do have 2 bosses though, as everybody does.
Totally different relationship.
Yeah. Still scared of both of them though.
Thank you, my man.
Right. Thank you, buddy.
Jason Trombley from Preston'S, one of our presenting sponsors, along with Granite City MMA. You got the list right here in front of you. Barslow Construction, the Cornerstone Restaurant, Emsley's Florists and Gifts, Giroux General Transport, Fontaine Forestry and Millwork, Green Mountain Mulch, Fecto Homes, Salvador and Babbitt, all presenting sponsors here. Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce, Barrie Area Development, FGB Theaters, Gustos, CW Creative, Vermont Custom Woodworking, ASB Financial, where we are, 185 North Main Street in the heart of Barrie, in the heart of Central Vermont, actually. Barrie Montpelier Times Arcus, Donnybrook Fight Promotions, Wood Doodles, Wright Electric, Gothiers Quality Grounds and Maintenance. We appreciate your eyes and your ears. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Keep watching the Facebook page. We're going to be posting up some news, some weather, some sports. We're getting ready for the Super Bowl this weekend, of course. We've got a lot to... What's that now?
Oh, I was just talking to you.
We got a lot going on. Just keep watching the Facebook page. Afternoon weather update coming your way with information from Roger Hill. 31 degrees and mostly sunny right now in Barrie. Enjoy the rest of your day, and happy Friday, everybody.